Aries, the conversation you keep postponing may become impossible to avoid this week. The sun is still moving through Gemini, pushing attention toward communication, decisions, messages, and unfinished thoughts. But Mercury in Cancer changes the emotional tone completely. Someone wants honesty from you. Not speed, not confidence, not performance. Honesty. Early in the week, tension between Mercury and Uranus can bring sudden news, emotional reactions, or words spoken too quickly. You may feel tempted to answer immediately just to regain control of the situation. Don't. A fast reaction could create a larger emotional mess than the original problem. Venus in Leo is making you more expressive, more romantic, and more visible. Attention feels good right now. Affection feels necessary. You want warmth that feels undeniable. Midweek, an unexpected interaction, invitation, or emotional moment could genuinely lift your spirits. Something creative or romantic may suddenly feel possible again. But by June 17th, Venus opposes Pluto, and the emotional pressure deepens. A relationship, friendship, or attraction may reveal a hidden imbalance. Someone may want more access to your energy than you are comfortable giving. Or you may realize you've been trying too hard to prove your worth to someone who keeps moving the goalposts. That realization matters. Mars in Taurus keeps pulling your focus toward money, stability, and self-worth. You are being asked to stop confusing urgency with importance. Not every emotional flare-up deserves your full fire. Some situations improve when you stop feeding them. And Aries, pay attention to exhaustion this week. Irritation may actually be emotional overload in disguise. Your body knows when something has been draining you longer than your pride wants to admit. Near the end of the week, the sun's connection to Jupiter helps you see a clearer emotional direction. A small conversation or simple truth may suddenly feel more important than all the dramatic noise surrounding it. This week is not about winning emotionally. It is about becoming more precise with what your heart actually needs. The moment you stop reacting automatically, your entire direction starts to change.
Aries, your tarot card is the Six of Cups. Something from the past returns emotionally this week. A memory, a person, a feeling, or even an older version of yourself you thought you had already outgrown. But this card is not asking you to live in nostalgia. It is asking whether the past still has wisdom for you that you ignored the first time. There is softness here, but also emotional honesty. A familiar connection may reveal what still needs healing instead of simply what still feels comforting.
Aries, you get hexagram 31, Lake over Mountain, Influence. This hexagram speaks about attraction, emotional resonance, and the invisible force people have on one another. Someone's energy affects you more deeply this week than you expected. But influence is not only romantic. It asks whether you are allowing outside emotions to steer your decisions too strongly. Emotional sensitivity is heightened now. Listen carefully to what your body feels around people, because your intuition notices truth before your mind explains it.
Aries, your rune is Berkano. Berkano is the rune of growth, healing, renewal, and emotional restoration. This week asks you to stop treating recovery like weakness. Something inside you needs gentleness more than pressure right now. Berkano often appears when emotional healing begins quietly beneath the surface, before visible change fully arrives. Protect what is still growing. Not every transformation needs force to become real.
This week required emotional honesty. Not perfection, not certainty, just honesty. Some of you are realizing that a chapter is ending internally before it fully changes externally, and that can feel disorienting at first. But clarity often arrives quietly before life visibly shifts around it. Leave a comment with the moment this week that felt like a turning point for you, because I truly want to know where these energies are unfolding in your lives. And remember, your rising sign often reveals the deeper emotional storyline beneath your sun sign forecast. So watch that horoscope too. If this reading helped you feel seen, subscribe, like the video, and turn on the bell so you do not miss next week's messages.